Hello and welcome to the first IzPrebuilt video of 2025. 2024 is over and I thought I would make a little channel update about what I want to do in 2025 for, the 1% of your viewers who care about that kind of thing and like to see behind the scenes a little bit. I'll do that. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of deja vu because the last time I made one of these channel updates, I had the same thing to say, which was the supercut isn't coming yet. Something is wrong with my rendering software, at least in terms of making 18-hour videos. I don't know what that could possibly mean. I don't know why anything would struggle to render an 18-hour video file. But everything is how I've always done it. I've got enough storage. It's just not working. And that's how long, by the way, the last series I did would have been if I had put it out into a supercut. It's like 6 hours longer than my normal series despite being the same amount of playtime because I got more out of each episode. Let me know how you guys felt about that. That series was experimental. I hated it because it meant it took me like 3 months to get through one series and I was miserable by the end. And the big issue is that severely disrupted my upload schedule, which means it kind of bit me on the ass more than anything. But let me know if you enjoyed it more. I'm still interested in that conceptually. We could maybe find a balance there. So yeah, there's no supercut for now. I will continue tweaking the rendering software I use and seeing if I can find a way to do it, but I have in the meantime had to delete all the footage of the last series because it added up to a terabyte of footage, which is not something I want to keep lying around on my hard drives. Fine though, we got the series done. Anyway, as I explained at the end of the last series, for those of you who didn't watch it, basically, I wanted to do a very long form 7 Days to Die series, one that didn't go for like 20 episodes and only to day 40. I wanted to just, stretch it out over the course of, say, an entire update cycle and just have lots of endgame 7 Days to Die content, because not a lot of people do that, first of all. Nobody does... I don't want to give away any of my video ideas, but nobody does shit into like day 100 and stuff like that. And I would like to do that, but it's just not a good idea for the format that I use, where there would be, probably 20 to 40 episodes of fuck all, and that's just not good. So what we'll do for that series when I get to it is do a normal series right up until about where I usually do, and then it'll break off into more one-off style videos that'll come out more infrequently. It'll still be part of like the playlist and part of the canon of that playlist. It'll be the same playthrough, you just won't expect it as frequently, and that'll be a fun way to do endgame stuff without me having to put out 20 videos that are me just shooting zombies, which I hate doing those kinds of videos because they're not fun to record and they must not be fun to watch. I watch those particular videos back at 3 times speed and skip over to all my dialogue to make sure I didn't say anything stupid. That's all I do for those, because they're miserable. But the way I do my content, sometimes you just have to have those filler episodes for it to all make sense. And with this new series format, I'm going to be quite comfortable with it not making sense beyond that, like episode 20 or episode 40, depending on which way I want to do it. But there's a big problem with that series idea, and that is the fact that 7 Days to Die 1.2 is probably less than 5 months away, and I want to just have a full update cycle, basically, to just fully invest into a world. I don't want to have to stop the series halfway through and restart it. So, as I said in that other video that most of you probably haven't seen yet, I'll be doing something else until 1.2 comes out. The unknown nature of the release date of that, other than before the end of this quarter, does make it quite difficult, but I have ideas. But what it means is I'm going to have to leave that whole big series idea until 1.2. We'll do an experimental playthrough and then we'll just do a full playthrough just normally, rather than me doing a bunch of different playthroughs that feel really repetitive to me and probably to the viewers who stick around that long. In the meantime, in the next few months, I need to fill up my content, of course, and I don't want to do just another 40 episode let's play or a 20 episode let's play because I'm bored of them. There's nothing else to do in 1.0. I did it all. There are other challenges I could do, but they just sound miserable. Instead, what we're going to do is for a couple of weeks, you're going to be getting guide videos like I used to make way back in the day. A lot of them, hopefully, if I can keep my work rate up. And it should end up with me having a large playlist of a certain format of video that I can turn into a really big video. So the people that want some kind of supercut will get that. And then after that, we're going to play Rebirth. That'll probably be in a couple of weeks. Rebirth is an overhaul mod for 7 Days to Die. Looks quite interesting, and there's a lot of coverage for it. So if I need like tips and tricks, I can go and watch another YouTuber for that. I can watch Guns, Nerds and Steel's whole series on it and get like a guide. And it means there's a lot less research I have to do, which is my big resistance to playing overhaul mods. It's like, I don't want to have to learn a whole new game just for it to be 7 Days to Die. If I'm going to learn a new game, I'm going to learn a whole new game and have much more fun with it. But this is like a middle ground. Loads of people can do the learning for me and then I can copy their homework and then do a good series on it. Another thing to cover is why has there not been any Project Zomboid? Well, basically the one episode I did was really fun, and it did quite well actually. It did better than most of the 7 Days to Die videos were doing at the time, so why would I not continue it? Well, it looks like a new update is also about to come out in the next couple of months, and again, I just don't want to be cut off halfway through, so I was like, fine. We'll leave that episode as like a pilot episode, as like a tester for the series. It did well, it was fun to record, I know how to edit it. We will do Project Zomboid Build 42 when it comes out. I'm dreading having to relearn a lot of Project Zomboid, especially on camera, but fuck it. I'll figure it out. Even if it means that I do a lot of off-format content where I kind of die loads of times and it's like chaos and it's less structured, you'd be very surprised to learn. Probably actually not. A lot of my content format relies on the idea that I am so good at video games I just don't fucking die in them. And honestly, it has worked for me for multiple years now, including on games I played for the first time. Subnautica wasn't my first time, but it was my first time completing it, and State of Decay, even playing up into nightmare difficulty, and I just won. And games that are genuinely challenging and games that are gonna kill me a lot are kind of like, oh wait, how do I format my content around deaths and restarts? I genuinely don't know. Even after 2 years of playing games professionally, making content around them, I genuinely just don't die enough to know how to handle that. And I think Project Zomboid is going to force me into that, so that's fun. That'll be a fun learning experience for me. But yeah, once Build 42 comes out, I will go back to Project Zomboid. I'm interested to see what they've changed as well. And the video did well, so no reason not to. I'm not sure of the full format of how I'm going to do it, because I don't know how long a Project Zomboid playthrough lasts, and I don't know how long it stays interesting for, and what a natural endpoint for it would be. I'm open to hearing some ideas if people watch a lot of Project Zomboid content. Where do people normally end their series? For this last section of the video, I want to go over some goals I have in 2025, and there are basically 4 big ones, which are usually the ones I have every year, and I usually do improve, but you need to keep improving. The first thing is, of course, my upload frequency. By the end of this year, I was like, damn, I'm not uploading enough. This has been a slower year for uploads. And then I looked on my analytics page and realized I've uploaded 221 videos this year. For reference, there are 260 working days in a year. So that's not bad. That's almost daily working day uploads. But it felt a little slow towards the end there, so for the sake of repairing it, let's just say I'm going to continue trying to increase my upload frequency without severely harming the video quality, which I'm quite good at doing. There's a thing on YouTube, there's a thing with most things actually, that aren't like extremely precise. Don't try this with surgery, for example, but the old saying is what? 80% of your results come from 20% of the work? Yeah. That's kind of true of YouTube as well. It's much better for me to have like a good video 5 times a week rather than a great video once a week. So upload frequency is kind of better as long as you're staying above a floor of upload quality. Nobody wants to listen to bad quality audio, nobody wants terrible footage, and nobody wants like no commentary. Usually good infrequent is better than great and infrequent, unless you're one of those people like Russian Badger who can do like the best video ever made every 3 months, in which case be him, but most of us aren't Russian Badger, nor do you have to be Russian Badger to make a career on YouTube. You can make a very good salary just being a good YouTuber. The next goal is, as ever, upload diversity. Now, I'm not 100% sure how that was in 2024. I haven't had a full look at it, but I know I have made efforts to do non-7 Days to Die content. There was the Project Zomboid video, and that was going to be a series, and then, you know, annoying things happened. There was technically a Minecraft video, but it was a minute long, and I didn't really consider that part of it. There were several videos on Dawn of Defiance that just didn't do very well, and the game kind of just disappeared, so I didn't continue that. Oh, and of course there was the Fallout 4 series, which went for like 3 or 4 episodes. It did quite well. I got bored of Fallout 4, but I did do a small series on that. And of course I did my big series, I think it was 10 episodes, which was big by my standards for a non-7 Days to Die series, of Subnautica, which was a 6-hour supercut, so it's like half a series of 7 Days to Die. And that series did pretty well. There was also going to be a Helldivers video at some point, but the video was so big that I actually got bored of Helldivers halfway through it, despite putting in so many hours. It must have been easily a 100-hour project that I just said fuck it, and then I ended up with like 20 minutes of a video that I didn't like, so it was never uploaded. But that was also something I worked on, which is, you know, worth noting. And yeah, that's most of the non-7 Days to Die stuff. It was more at the start of the year, which, you know, makes sense, New Year's resolutions and stuff. I definitely will be continuing that into this year. I want to do it more consistently. But yeah, we made decent progress on adding in more non-7 Days to Die content in 2024, and I want to improve that in 2025. Project Zomboid being such a success and having a big update soon would be a really good opportunity for that. There is also the fact that lots of games I was going to do came out and they were shit, and lots of games I was going to do just got delayed again, so I was kind of left just like, oh, I guess I'm doing 7 Days to Die. Did I do Starfield this year? I didn't see it when I was scrolling through my list. No, that was 2023. Yeah, that was the very end of 2023 that game came out. Well, the next thing I need to consider is live streams in Twitch. Here's the thing about live streaming. I kind of hate it. And it conflicts with my schedule because I'm in the UK, 50% of my audience is American, so the only productive times for me to really stream would be like at midnight when all of the Americans come home from their jobs and school and stuff like that. Or on the weekends, again, pretty late. And when I can't stream frequently, or like more frequently than every week, it kind of gets to the point where I'm just like, oh, I got that out my system, I don't want to do streaming again. I kind of have to build up a tolerance to it by doing it a lot, but then there's not a lot of opportunities for me to do it that would be useful. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but just know that in the background, live streams are something I'm considering and thinking about how I can do them, and do them in a way that I don't hate. And the last thing is just general engagement with the channel. I feel like in my videos in general, I'm going to be talking more to the audience and asking for input, not just because it does improve the performance of videos if people comment on them, just because I like to hear more opinions other than just, this video was good. I get tens of thousands of that comment every year, and it's just kind of boring. And it's not your fault, I'm just not asking any interesting questions in the videos that people can answer. So that's something I'm going to be doing more. And I'm also going to be making better use of my community tab. Did I even use it in 2024? Yeah, I used it like 20 times, and it was mostly just for gauging people's opinions on various games and stuff and a couple of updates. I'll probably be doing a bit more of that, because it's another fun way to engage. And me engaging with the channel does make it more enjoyable, and it makes me more motivated to actually keep doing my videos, and I'll get more videos out, and it'll perform better and grow faster and all that shit. And I've also been kind of considering in the background doing exclusive members content. I already do early access for members when I can, and I've not been doing that for a while because I was so burned out. I was just like, I just need to get the video out for everybody. Everybody's been waiting a while, I can't prioritize them that much. But my members and patrons do support me quite a bit, so my thought was I could maybe do series for them on games I'm just playing on my own that nobody would really watch me play on the channel, that would do nothing other than really, I suppose, get in the way of the performance of the other videos, which is a thing. You might be like, why wouldn't you just put out as much content as possible? Because honestly, there are a lot of people who will see, like, whatever gameplay you're watching now, let's say it's Tropical, right? If I put out a Tropical series, people are just going to be mad at me. And in this case, there may genuinely be more people who are so annoyed that someone would dare put out content they don't want to watch than there are people who would come in and watch it. Whereas the members have already shown, and the patrons have already shown, that they kind of don't care what I put out. They want to support me, so maybe I should just give them members only content, but I kind of just don't like that. I don't want people to feel like they have to pay to get access to things. And that used to not be a problem because YouTube wouldn't try and push members only content to your homepage. Now YouTube does do that, so lots of people are going to get, you know, say I upload an episode of Tropico, that'll be on their homepage and it'll say members only, and they'll be like, why? I want to watch it, why do I have to pay? I would much rather it be like a secret thing, like, oh hey, you remember, also I made this a while ago that you could watch if you're ever bored. But no, it still tries to push members only content in the algorithm, which was the opposite of what members only content was supposed to be. The whole point of members only content is that members get it and members know about it. And now that it tries to push it in the algorithm, it's basically pushing my membership program as something I want to advertise to the recommended page. And that's not what it's for. You're supposed to click that if you want to click that. You're not supposed to be asked to click that by YouTube. No, that's not how that's supposed to work. But they've changed it recently, and now I kind of don't want to do members only content, and I certainly don't want to do Patreon only content, because then what about my members? So yeah, it's a conflicted thing. And I really wish YouTube wouldn't use members only content in the algorithm, because all it does is invite people to complain to me that I'm making them pay to watch content or whatever, and it's like, kind of, but it was more so supposed to be that you got that as a member and you didn't even know you were getting it. It was just like a, oh hey, by the way, members also get this, and then there's like a few videos you can watch. But now it tells everybody every member video you make, because it thinks it's helping, right? It thinks, oh, if we tell people they can pay to watch this, then they'll pay to watch it. And sure, some people will, and it probably is beneficial in that way, but you'll also lose a lot of goodwill that I don't feel like losing. So we can't have nice things. I can't just upload content on whatever I want and just give it to the members, and only the members will know about it, and only the members will be bothered by it. Because now YouTube pushes members only content as if it's essentially public with a price tag. That's not what it was meant to be. It was meant to be a little hidden thing. But of course, YouTube does that because YouTube takes a cut of the memberships and they want to make more money. Anyway, that was probably pretty rambly. Hope you enjoyed whatever weird gameplay I had on the screen, and I hope you have a good new year. And the next upload will be in a few days, and it will be an electricity guide for 7 Days to Die that I have like 50% done, that I've been meaning to finish for a while. Now I have time to get onto that, and that'll be next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.